Welcome back, welcome back.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
So, I got a little theory. Now, I've been watching Batman basically all my life. I've also watched the Joker. Now, Batman is a very great superhero to me. I like Batman because he's a man. His superpower is his brain and pushing the human body to the maximum. That's what makes him a superhero. And I've always liked that because when you're just a man or a woman and you see these things, you want to do things. You can actually be Batman. Maybe not all like it. Now, as I play this theme for you, understand it's not the Joker's theme. This is Bane, the League of Shadows theme. And all through this movie, they play little snippets, you know? Now, as I've been watching this unfold all these years,
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't have my boy here pull your head off.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
now I could be wrong. It's just a theory. But, because the spin-offs that ultimately, change. Like, the superhero thing goes into multiverses where there's more than one of everybody. So, But, at one point in time, there was only one. It's like string theory or some shit they combine with it. Now, in many other people's theories, people have come to say they believe Joker is a demon or some type of magical something, because multiple times throughout the series, from Batman the animated series and up, they show him dying or in a situation where most people would die. Now, the Joker is very resilient. He's literally the opposite and equal of Batman in every way except being rich. But he actually is, because, when you have ultimate fear, money's easy to come by, because everybody's money's your money. You know? I was sitting here and I was going through an old scene I wanted to look for the play for a video for a new skit or something, and I'm listening to it. Oh yeah, the scene where he stand on the pyramid of money when he made the deals in a Heath Ledger movie at the end or whatever, and he burned his money. He said, "I'm only gonna burn my half. You can keep yours, but the city's mine too." You know, and multiple times during that fucking thing, he kept telling Batman over and over, like, "Yo, bro, you don't even see what's coming. You have no idea how bad it really is." And Joker kept trying to tell him, "You need to get things to change now. And locking people up ain't changing things." So, you know? Now, to me, I always seen him say these things and be like, "Yo, what the fuck is he doing? Like, don't you want to beat Batman? Why are you trying to, like, I get it. He wants to create Batman to be like him. That's how he wins. He makes him kill people. And then he gets to say Batman's not Batman. Batman's just like me. You know? And the way the movie ends, Batman's on the run. Gotham is saved. The Joker's supposedly dead, but the city's safe. All the bad guys are caught in town. They're either dead, confirmation, or they're locked up for life. You know? Not every criminal, just the major ones. They had to replace that's how Commissioner Gordon, I think, finally becomes Commissioner Gordon, is when that happens. They changed all the crooked cops, the judges and everything. And a lot of shit got cleaned up for years. For 5 years, Batman was gone. He made him retire. And what brought him out of retirement? Oh, yeah, because things started going back to normal and getting bad. And then Bane came and told Batman, "You were supposed to be me. You were chosen to lead the league, you know? You were the one they chose. And you knew your mission. Destroy Gotham. It's been judged for deletion." That's why Batman left the League of Shadows. Because they they were going to use him to destroy Gotham. What better person than the Prince of Gotham, Bruce Wayne? You know? And when he thought that he killed his master, not knowing the next step in taking the leadership was going in the Lazarus pit and getting immortality. In the movie, they don't really explain that. They don't even show that. In the cartoon where it all starts, yeah, Ra's al Ghul's immortal. He can't die. You can kill him, you know, but if they get his body, they can just throw him right back in the pit, and he gets up out of the green water and he resurrects. Like, Ra's al Ghul's like fucking hundreds of years old. And in the cartoon, Ra's al Ghul is, they consider him a bad guy, but he only destroys cities that are completely corrupted. Sort of like, you know, he's running around like think like he's like God or something. Like, you, oh, use the Sodom and Gomorrah? Okay. Okay. We give you some time. And when you don't change, you're going bye-bye. And I was like, when you learn that deeper story into it, and the human version is what shows that, and the cartoon version, um, when you learn when you get deeper into the story, with like Bruce Wayne spent a lot of time in League of Shadows. He just didn't go there for 3 months, and he actually fell in love with the leader's daughter, and unbeknownst to him, had a baby. Gotta keep that dick in the pants. Comes back to bite you. Even Batman. Even Batman. So I've always wondered. Yeah, the Joker is really smart and everything, but the shit he was getting off was just too good, bro. Like it was like everything was. If everything was playing to the T, how can one man do this? And then I heard him do that laugh, and I it was like years later after seeing the movie. I remember watching it again or watching a scene, and that was the first time I thought of it. I was like, "Yo, was he really a member of the League of Shadows? Was was he sent in to destroy Batman?" And then he like a fucking, because if he was trained to be a League of Shadows member, then he would look at Bruce Wayne as the greatest of League of Shadows members because they chose him to be their leader one day. So that would make the rivalry of, I gotta kill this guy. If I kill him, then it doesn't matter if they chose him. I'm the one to defeat him. Not even the master could defeat him. I gotta be the one. Like Vegeta and Goku. And that would explain his obsession with Batman. And how he knows like damn near everything about him, and he's beating him with drums of gasoline and fucking plans. You know? It was a fucking one man army. Every other villain has an army of thugs. Joker rolls in town and starts destroying people and taking their thugs, using anyone, anytime for anything. Like, he doesn't have a crew, he's the crew. And his girl, Harley Quinn, that's the crew. Other than that, back in the day, he used to always have these two twins. Joker never rolled with a lot of people. No one ever knows what he's doing, really. No one ever, not even Harley Quinn, ever knows what he's doing. Everyone follows orders. And as I thought to myself, could it even be possible? And then I thought of the Joker story, because he has multiple beginning origin stories of how he becomes a Joker, but the transformation's always the same. The reason why, where, or whatever changes. But he always falls in green liquid chemicals. And it struck me today, and I was like, yo, ain't that what Ra's al Ghul be, the Lazarus thing? That it's always a green thing? And at first I said, nah, that's bullshit, because how the fuck did the Joker get it? And it's always the same story. Like, he's in a factory. So who the fuck is these people that's learned the Lazarus fucking serum? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck, you know what I mean? And they never say that. They always say it was dangerous chemicals or blah, 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 blah. They never say it was like a scientist fucking working on some new shit and they might have discovered something. You know what I mean? It's never that. It's just some weird chemicals that niggas is fucking with. And he falls in it. It makes his skin bleach white. And he gets a superpower from it. Nobody understands. Whatever that chemical did, it made him crazy, but past crazy. It made him super sane. Joker's not crazy. When you really go and look up the thing, I forgot where I looked this shit up, and somebody even proved it. It was like, yo, Joker's not crazy at all. He doesn't fall into any of these categories. And then all these things that he does proves he's not crazy. There's no way a fucking crazy person can come defeat Batman. All the other geniuses, all the other fucking villains are claiming to be super smart, and they never capture him. When a Joker comes in town, Batman's getting fucked up. Robin might die. Fucking people are gonna die. Batman's gonna get captured, and he's gonna have to figure his way out because Joker's not gonna kill him. He wants to humiliate him somehow. It's, you know what I mean? It's a weird fucking thing that he always does throughout the series, and the movie never gets to capture that because they always got to go to a new villain. You know what I mean? So they don't get much time to spend like the cartoons and other cartoon movies that further the story. Now, one thing I realized though is the qualities of the chemicals Joker falls in, it makes him crazy. And the Lazarus pit, Bruce Wayne didn't want to take it because he seen what happened to or he had a theory. I forgot how he figures out the Lazarus pit makes you insane once you do it too many times because the human mind and body can only be alive so long. You know what I mean? I don't even really know what I mean by know what I mean, but I would think that the longer your body stays alive, yeah, you could be immortal, but your body, your mind is gonna break down. You know what I mean? You see so many things, you know? Living forever, I don't really would want to live forever. You have to watch everyone die. Eventually, you start seeing nothing's new under the sun. And then you start meeting people that talk the same as last century's people or do the same things, and you're like, oh my fucking god, I'm living Groundhog Day forever around idiots. Like, this is insane. You get it? I think that would drive someone, insane. Maybe that's why he thought he was the right hand of God and said, I'm going to judge entire cities and obliterate them. I think that's why Batman said, yeah, I got to stop these guys. He's fucking crazy. Like when Bane was beating him up and he said, dog, I left them because they were a gang of psychopaths. And then he got punched in the ribs. Um, so we got the Joker humming the Ra's al Ghul theme or Bane theme. He's crazy. He got changed by chemicals to become Ra's al Ghul. You gotta get changed by chemicals, and for some reason he just he can't die. I get it. Now back to what I said in the beginning. Throughout the series and cartoons, this man dies so many times. There's no not saying he just dead. When you fall off a fucking roof, you know what I mean? A lot of the times, Batman didn't shoot that batarang thing down there and catch him. It was too late. And it was just a shadowy figure where you can't see what happens. And he falls to the bottom and you hear, ah. Know what I mean? I remember one scene that sticks with me. He fell into the water and 3 fucking sharks started jumping around the body. And like blood squirted up. Or a rubber ducky or his something. It wasn't blood or something. I don't know. All I know is you ever see a man fall in off a boat and sharks are there? He doesn't make it. He's instantly gone. And everyone on the boat knows he's gone. They kick and scream and say, swim! They know he's gone. As soon as they see that first hop, they know he's gone. It's over. It's over for him. And he came back next week. Like, he was in the next episodes. And I'm like, they even talk about it throughout the cartoon. Batman keeps thinking about it. Like, how the fuck's this guy not dying? Batman can't even figure out who this guy is, where he comes from. He can't figure out if he has superpowers or not. He doesn't know. He know he has to have something because this motherfucker won't die. Until, older Batman broke his neck. He died then. Yeah, Batman finally broke his rule. In one universe or whatever I've seen, and he literally breaks Joker's neck and, takes him out because he won't stop. And I don't know if he came back after that, but I remember I watched this one Future episode where he was so smart that he implanted his consciousness into Robin, and then Robin became the Joker in the future. So much that he even had something like a DNA thing where he started to look exactly like the old Joker. Like facial nose and everything started to change. He changed into the Joker. He took Joker from the grave, bent Batman over and said, "You think you're done with me? I'm gonna take your fucking legacy, nigga. Your predecessor. When you're about to go, nah, you still gotta keep working because your man's gonna change into me." I said, "Yo, this guy's the most diabolical villain I have ever have seen." Other men are straightforward conquerors. They don't care. Then you got Thanos out there trying to destroy the world and the galaxy, and then, you know, unbeknownst to most people, like Thanos was, he was kind of right, cause, well, he wasn't right, but Thanos was so smart and lived so long that he figured out, sound the horns, that automatically something happens because of life in the universe, because there's so much, it's going to cause a disturbance that one day ends all life. So Thanos said, if I destroy half the universe, then we have to halfway do shit again. We have more time. But half has to go, or a little more than half. And then the almighty accident, because I don't even think it was like a god thing that was going to destroy them. I think it was like a resources thing or something like that. It was like a, there's too many people, there's too many things, too many worlds, too much energy, and one day one explosion of a planet and all these galaxies and these superheroes over here and doing this over there and all that, one day something's going to happen where it's all going to end everything. And he figured it out. Even the superhero niggas figured it out too. That's why I think Doctor Strange, he did the look into 10,000 fucking realities of what's gonna happen. You don't think he's seen that when he was looking through all the realities? Like, oh shit, it ends. Oh shit, it ends. Oh shit. Like, I never even watched all those movies. I usually see skits or something makes me see certain things that enable me to, be able to talk like this. So many things go into these cartoons where a lot of times in movies where they are hinting on what is the next movie to come, because they just do little what do they call it, little hidden fucking things. So maybe this theory is completely wrong, and the Joker doing the little Bane theme laugh, like he was part of the Shadow Leagues. Maybe that was just them throwing that in there to foreshadow the very next movie, because the very next movie, that's what comes. Bane. The new Batman series started with Batman Rise, Batman Begins, where they finally show Batman training to become Batman. He joined the League of Shadows. Then it jumps over to the Joker. Then it jumps to Bane and reminds everybody this is a fucking whole one story, dog. This ain't different stories. This ain't jumping time. No, he still has to deal with the dudes from the beginning. They've always been there the whole time. They was always there. They've always been watching Gotham. They've always knew who Bruce Wayne was and every villain and everybody in town and everybody's business, and they know everything that's going on. Every single detail of everything. Because they have spies everywhere. And they're super fucking rich. You know? Being around a couple hundred years, you're going to get your money up. I think you're going to get your money up. You know? You know? So that always made me have that theory. And I'm just going to close with that. It could just be foreshadowing. But when you think about the large actual scale of like the Ra's al Ghul stuff and he was like 500 years old. Like when Batman was fighting him on that ice, Batman wasn't fighting no old ass man. He was fighting a nigga that was a couple hundred years old. You know? That's why he was getting his ass whooped. And then it makes sense why they would choose him. When you have that many years of training and actually putting in work, and then some guy comes along and beats you after studying with you, he's your student. Well, then I think, like even the guy Ra's al Ghul knew he was going insane because of the Lazarus pit. They always choose another person to become the leader, and then they stop being immortal and let themselves die. I said, It be the little cartoons like that it opens your brain to thinking things. And then, I don't know, it makes you be able to figure things out in life a little easier because, Lord knows, there are crazy people and then there are people that plan things. Everything doesn't have to be so big because you're just a regular person like me. Regular people have to deal with regular people. Regular people are not stupid, though. Regular people are very good, and then some people are very bad. That's it, you know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little theory, because if anybody else has a idea or more information, or want to make a video yourself, and because who knows, I like to spark ideas. And the only reason I have this theory is because I watched another guy that likes the Joker like me. He's my favorite super villain. And he, on his channel, he does comic books and stuff all the time. He talks about the psychology. He's actually a therapist that likes comic books because he grew up in it. So he uses his life's training on showing people about the comics and be like, yo, this guy was a psychopath, this guy was a career criminal, this is why he does this. And like I like the way he did that because it's like comic books explained in a whole different way. Instead of somebody just thinking, oh, this guy's this, he's crazy, or this guy's fucking, he gives a spin on like real life shit. And he got a criminal knowledge background or something. I forget what type of whatever psychologist or whatever he was, but I remember this video just blew my mind when he kind of proved that the Joker's not crazy, because he wanted to prove the Joker wasn't crazy because all fans of the movie or the Joker or whatever, the Batman stuff, and everyone in the actual world of Batman, everyone says he's insane, he's crazy, he's a psychopath. So that made him want to figure out, because he's actually a therapist, he said, what is he? Well, let me go look up all his stuff and start watching videos and see what he does, and I'll profile him. And then he hit a mark where he said, wait up, this guy's not fucking crazy. I'm a professional. You niggas are just talking what you think. I know it crazy and psychopath. I study this shit. He's not crazy. He appears to be crazy because that's what he wants you to think. That's why he said, I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught one. Do I look like a guy with a plan? And I believe that guy. I I went back and started watching old shit myself, and I said, "Yo, whoa, yeah." Every time he's in a Batman cartoon, he comes in and shut Batman shit down. He always captures Batman. He always can just blow his brains out if he wants. He be having him tied up, knocked out with sleeping gas. If he really wanted to get rid of Batman, he could have shot him like 80 times in the mouth with the armor's not. All that batsuit shit don't mean nothing when you're unconscious. He could have poisoned him. If he wanted him gone, the Joker is the only person that has so many chances to finish Batman. So to me, he's actually better and smarter than Batman. For he's the only one that can get him in a vulnerable state. Batman's fucking outsmarting gods and shit, and like super powered humans and aliens and shit. He beat the fucking shit out of Superman. He made Superman look like a little girl. In real life movies and in the because they made that because of the cartoon. Like everybody, oh, Superman, I want to be Superman. Always remember, Superman took a motherfucking L from Batman. That's real. That's what do they say? That's canon. He took a beating from a mere mortal and he got punished. He punished him. Beat him up. Let him know, like, nigga, you ain't got no real fighting skills. And if you're just a man like me, or if I had superpowers like you, if it was equal, you can't beat me, Bruce. You can't beat me, Clark. Superman. You're not super. You're just stronger than everybody. You have more powers than everybody. You're actually weak. You're very weak. Because all you do is rely on your strength. All love, all praise to the Most High.